Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessings to the hopefully lit. And Lord, when this edifying, I ain't got no uh particular or I got a couple precepts, no particular or like it. Just going into the pestilence and plagues that's getting ready to come upon this place. And we know because the scriptures speak about pestilence and plagues. Sometimes it's speaking about the missiles, but this pestilence is speaking about actual things that's gonna affect humans. Affect people literally, causing them to get sick. Causing them to ultimately perish, such as what happened 3 years ago, 4 years ago in 2020, man. But this an article from a couple days ago, India Hunted, but I think another article popped up on this today. This same account. It say a person has just been diagnosed with bubonic plague, and we know the bubonic plague go back into the Black Death, which it give a little history on it. Say the pandemic it say learn about the Middle Ages in school. It say learning about the Middle Ages in school. Many of us think our lucky stars that the Black Death was no longer a thing. The pandemic ravaged Europe between 1347 and 1351, killing between 75 to 200 million people. 30 to 50% of the 30 to 50% of the continent entire population in the hideous, painful way. Say the famous symptoms was large sores caused by swelling lymph nodes, known as buboes, hence the name bubonic plague. It say in white. So like it say in whilst people no longer carry around pockets full of poises and misguided bid to damn. So like it. A misguided bid to ward off the disease. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's what's used to cure it. Poses. It's saying whilst people no longer carry around pocket full of old posies, like ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. So like it how I read. No, I can't read. I'm thinking about some dumb shit. That's what it mean. I never knew what the fuck that when ring around the rosy, how we go, pocket full of posy, actually we all fall down. Going to that little game you used to play when you was a kid. It say while people no longer carry around pocket full of posies in a misguided bid to ward off the disease, we can't resign it to the annals of history just yet. Indeed, this is learned. One person in Oregon learned the hard way. You know, it say the patient was left very sick after contracting the illness from their pet cat. A health officer in the U.S. states, and if I ain't mistaken, it was believed to be carried around back then by mice. Well, it's saying it right here, which I think the mice were bitten by fleas or something like that, or rats. In the coming up out of the dark ages, when Esau was coming back into power. It say officials have not confirmed how the infection spread it from the cat to its owner, but it's possible that the animal was bitten by affected fleas, which have then jumped into the unsuspected human. It don't matter how it happened. The Lord get ready to bring plagues upon this place, all kind of different things. You know, the bubonic plague is gonna be the least of people worried, man. You know, was really going. You know, they already talking about disease X. Matter of fact, let's go to that. You know, because I ain't got no particular topic. It's just on pestilence. Where we'll get this encounter. And then we'll get what the Center of Disease Control got. There's another incident of somebody falling ill and dying in a strange way. It say everyone was screaming. Passenger dies mid-flight after blood gushes out of his mouth and nose. And that's some you know, freaky shit, man. It say passengers were left horrified after a 63-year-old man died in the middle of flight after coughing up litters of blood, leaving the aircraft walls splattered with blood last week. Now, what can come? Ain't no telling what can come out of this. It say the unidentified man and his wife boarded their flight from Bangkok, Thailand, to Munich, Germany, when he became visibly ill before his condition rapidly deteriorated. It say the man's wife reportedly said her husband boarded the flight with cold sweats and was breathing much too quickly because they had been forced to run to catch the plane. It say passenger Martin Misfield and his wife Karen Misfield, Felder, who's a nursing specialist, alerted a flight attendant that the man needed to be checked out by a doctor. The pilot proceeded to call a doctor over the intercom. That's when a Polish medic took the 63-year-old's pulse and deemed that he was okay. The Daily Mail reported. It say the man was given Camille tea, but at that point he was already spitting blood into a bag that his wife was holding for him. As the plane took off, the man considered conditions worsened, and a gush of blood began to spilling out his nose and mouth, covering the walls of the aircraft. They say it was absolutely horrible. The shit remind just the what I'm saying by reading it is y'all remember that movie Cabin Fever or some shit. That look crazy movie. That was an older movie when I was a kid. I seen Cabin Fever. It say it was absolutely horror. It was absolute horror. Everyone was screaming. Martin told Swiss outlet Blick. Martin claimed that the man lost liters of blood. Karen recalled that the staffers had tried to give the man CPR for about 30 minutes, but it was clear the man could not be saved. Don't be surprised if people on that flight be coughing up blood, man. And I ain't see nothing saying what it was, or they did an autopsy and checked him out. Yeah. Yeah, it ain't saying nothing. What if he had some, or they did an autopsy and he had some. So we'll go to this other one. This one. Man, Esau full of shit. It say everything known about disease X, the possible next pandemic, that it has experts' word. The head of the WHO, the head of the WHO has warned civilization that civilization is unprepared for disease X potential to be the world's next pandemic. Although the disease only is a hypothetical and does not exist yet, but we working on it. We getting ready to let it loose. Esau ain't shit. These devils, not just Esau, all these heathens, man, including 2/3 our people who amongst these devils, ain't shit. They say some health experts have predicted that the possible pathogen could be 20 times worse than the pandemic from 2020. The phrase disease X was first used in 2018 by the UN agency to represent a yet to occur pandemic. And then your boy Gates say this one might not get their attention, but the next one definitely will. Roughly paraphrasing what he said, but I know he said something like that. This one ain't gonna get their attention, but the next one definitely will. What next one? Letting you know that they getting ready to, and Esau is creating shit. Esau is, that's why he got the Center of Disease Control. They don't destroy, say they find this shit. They don't destroy it. They keep it in vials. Keep it alive, And ultimately, if the Lord want these things to come back, even if they did try to destroy it, the Lord gonna bring it back. People catching Ebola and all this old crazy shit. It say it is not known, for example, what the symptoms were. Hey, stop. It is not known, for example, what the symptoms were, how fast it could spread, and how many fatalities it could cause, the despite the experts' fears. Nevertheless, disease X is on the WHO's list of priorities priority diseases alongside SARS, Ebola, and Zika, which something is gonna come out. Why? Because the Lord is gonna send these things upon the earth, man. The Lord is gonna send these things upon the earth. I got a couple precepts. The book of Matthew chapter. I start there. Matthew chapter 24 and verse. Straight to the point. Nah, I gotta get 3, and then I jump to the point. This Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Jumping to verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And pestilence going into what? Different. Ebola is a pestilence. The C19 was a pestilence. The flu. Hell, the flu is a pestilence. Disease X is a pestilence. Zika, all these different things, those are pestilence. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So when you begin to see these things, these are only the beginning of sorrows. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. It's gonna get worse. Get some air in here. It's gonna get worse, man. Different diseases gonna ramp up. Let's see what else. Let me get this one. This second Exodus, I'm gonna jump around in second Exodus 15. The second Exodus 15 in verse 1, it say, Behold, speak thou unto the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, and cause them to be written on paper, because they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, the Lord shall bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All these are plagues that the Lord is finna bring upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. And also pestilence, It say, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So I'm going to jump. I'll read it down. It say, Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as in touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Yeah, our spirits complaining continually unto the Lord. Even when we ain't praying, even when we just, moving throughout the day, our spirit is crying out to the Lord, because this place is vexing, man. We don't want nothing but, to get up out of here, man. It's saying, Therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. It say, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, which America is that modern day Egypt. It say, I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord never destroyed all the land of Egypt. He never gonna destroy all the land of Egypt. or what you call ancient Egypt, so to speak. That land mass over there, right? Where the Nile River is. No, the Lord ain't talking about that. He talking about America. He gonna destroy all the land of America and turn this place into a desolate wilderness. Forever, and it'll never be inhabited again. That's pretty much the point on it. I'm gonna jump from there to Second Exodus 15:49. It reads, "And I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste the houses with destruction and death." Yeah, and that's what's getting ready to come upon the inhabitants of the earth, man. And the main place it's gonna come to is America, Babylon the Great, the most wicked rulership ever, or the most wicked kingdom ever, being the head of the most wicked kingdom ever, the control center, so to speak. This place gotta go. Yeah, and this one meant to be long. I know where I'm gonna go with it. Because the Lord doing all them. I know I'm gonna go to the next chapter. The Lord doing these things to correct our people for our people to fear and be like, oh shit, the Lord ain't bullshitting. But our people don't know the Lord. They don't have no knowledge of the Lord, so they don't understand that the Lord is bringing these things upon the earth. And the Lord ain't, like, they talk warning you right now. It's just warnings going out, And now is the time to receive this word and repent. Why these things are starting to occur, starting to ramp up. Like, damn, why is people, motherfucker, matter of fact, it might be gone. A brand new disease, man. Here go another one. See, that's what sparked me to do this lesson. Just seeing all the stuff, like, damn, all these different, just like articles about pestilence. It's like if I sound like I'm all over the place, which I am, but it's just the point, like all these pestilence, all these different things going on. It say first death linked to Alaska pox. What the fuck is that, man? Has health officials worried about virus? It say the Alaska pox virus has been confirmed as a cause of death for the first time by the health officials. In the last frontier state, an elderly man died last month and was the first fatality attributed to the virus, which was discovered first in 2015. It say there have only been several reports of Alaskan pox in the last 9 years, and they were recorded by the Department of Health in Alaska. This is the first case of severe Alaska pox infection, resulting in the hospitalization and death, the health department said in a statement last week. It say officials said that one man who died had a compromised immune system due to his cancer treatment. The condition of his health and the health experts said likely played a role in the severity of the virus ultimately passing, in which there could be a case. Yeah, because like when people, and that's what they say that this that juice do, it compromise your immune system. Basically it's a it causes like a AIDS like infection within people. Therefore they get sick as hell all the time. They always getting sick. Why? Because they body not fighting off. Their body is not fighting off. It's a lack of white blood cells, if I ain't mistaken, and they body not strong enough. But they ain't got the correct things within them, cells and things, to fight off these different ailments. I forgot the acronym AIDS. Something immune deficiency, accelerated immune deficiency. That probably ain't what the fuck it is, but it's something like that. Because AIDS don't kill nobody. What'll kill people who have AIDS is a cut, a cold, or the flu, or pneumonia, or some shit like that. That's what actually kill people who have, so-called AIDS. It'll be something else, an infection or something. That's what'll kill them, because their body's not strong enough, or they don't have the white blood cells, the T count, if I ain't mistaken, to fight it off. They T count ain't high enough to fight it off. They bodies are not whole. Their bodies ain't working properly. It has a deficiency. That's another thing. A deadly fungal infection. It's a health experts. And then another thing that happened because I've been watching those. We all the men of the Lord and those who are in this truth. We watching everything. Even women, even women should be, not teaching, but you should be in the news, goddamn. Watching the videos, watching what brothers bringing out. And praying. Shit, that's how you can be praying that the Lord have mercy on his elect. That's what a woman should be doing. Not being blind to what's going on. We all should be paying attention to what's going on, what this man doing, what the Lord doing, what the Lord bringing upon the earth. And watching these things, and we shouldn't be scared or nothing like that. We ain't scared. We just watching. It's a beautiful thing, ultimately, because we know this all leading to our deliverance and these people demise, man. They destruction, they demise. And we get ready to get the hell up out of Babylon, man. It's a health expert share key differences between deadly fungal disease sweeping the U.S. and the C19. The public health experts has outlined the difference between the deadly fungal infection sweeping the U.S. and the 19 Canada iris, the C. iris, the Sierras is spreading quickly across the states with a death rate as high as 60%. The rare fungus is resistant to drugs, spreads easily in medical facilities, and has a high fatality rate. The infection has been called a serious global health threat by experts, with cases having increased dramatically in 2020 and 2021. And that's pretty much the point. I ain't gonna read all that. There's just another thing that I can remember happened. And another thing that happened is, let's see what they got. The account with those people on that cruise ship falling ill, which they ain't got it on there. Those people on that cruise ship falling ill. Over 100 people mysteriously fell ill on the cruise ship. Ain't no telling what a cruise ship is, and they probably got people quarantining on the cruise ship. These are the things that been happening the last week and a half, last 2 weeks. Dealing with pestilence and things. I'm pretty sure there's much more that I'm probably missing over. That brothers and sisters have came across, but that's the point. These things are getting ready to come upon earth. And now people celebrating fucking Mardi Gras, man. You know? We telling our people to repent and turn from their wickedness and come back to the Lord. You know, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, acknowledge, we the Israelites. Repent, come back to the Lord, repenting daily. Ultimately, coming back to the Lord, coming back to who we are, to the best of our ability, rehearsing the righteous acts, meaning keeping the laws to the best of our ability. And calling upon our Lord, our power, asking him to, restore us, bring us back to our former state, destroy this place. The good news, we introduce them to the gospel. Our people want to stay Babylonians, man, Americans. They want to stay Americans. They don't want, they don't want to partake in this truth. They don't want to partake in the Lord meal that He had prepared. But what a nigga gonna want to do when all hell get to breaking loose? They gonna want to get down in. They gonna want to be a part of this then. They gonna want to believe then. They gonna want to know what the name of the Lord is then. While everything fine and dandy, everything copacetic, a nigga can get up and continue in this wickedness and ain't shit happen. He cool, but when all hell break loose and around every corner is death and destruction and chaos and horror, a nigga gonna want to get right then. But it's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too goddamn late. This the book of 2nd Exodus chapter 16 and verse 17. Woe is me who will deliver me in those days. And this Exodus having a vision, man, of the destruction, the upcoming destruction, thermonuclear destruction, and the terrible times, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. He was seeing those things. The end of the world, ultimately. The end of Esau's world. That time like no other. That's what he was seeing. That time like no other since there was a nation upon the earth. It's the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But all these things they shall not, but for all these things the Lord sent upon the earth: plagues, famine, tribulation, anguish, pestilence, war, everything you can think of bad, the Lord sent upon the earth. For all these things, guess what? They shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they getting their ass kicked and handed to them. But guess what? These motherfuckers ain't mindful of the scourges. They don't care. Our people don't care. Something bad happened to a nigga. It's like if they don't die, they more proud, man. They don't develop a healthy fear of the Lord. They get more proud. Nigga get shot, they unstoppable now, man. And live through it. Oh, man. Nigga think he got down the Terminator, man. Think he got damn Wolverine or some shit. He just here, goddamn. See, you can't kill me. Nigga get bugged out, man. They go through a near-death experience, get prouder. They don't fear. Damn near died. They don't fear the Lord afterwards. They get more proud. That's why they got that one song and I'm still alive. Nigga, what? Nigga, you just stand to die and you still proud? That's why the only thing the Lord can do is lift their heads up off a nigga and tell his elect to get out, and y'all get y'all ass out the way. Even though some of us gonna get caught up in, different things or whatever, and some of us gonna be put to death. Some of us gonna get caught up in concentration camps, but in prisons and different things of that nature. But the Lord got us. Some of us, one of us or two of us, some of us may fall ill, but the Lord gonna come through, man. I know which one I want. I'm gonna close it out with this. Since these things we not, exempt from, we ain't exempt from nothing. Could just be the Lord. The Lord could be trying our faith. Are you gonna lose faith if something do come upon you like this? Even with famine, like it might be a time where our hell break loose and we done been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days without eating, 7 days without eating. And the Lord just trying our faith, like, is you gonna fold if I stretch this time when you're not eating out? Or are you gonna pray and keep crying and keep having faith until your last breath? It's lucky. Psalm 91, baby. But the destruction and the things that are coming upon the earth is for the wicked, man. It ain't for the righteous. This Psalm 91 and verse 1, it say, he that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of his might, of the Almighty. Verse 2, it say, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler, and Esau that fowlers lay traps for birds, and from the noisome pestilence, a bird catcher. And from the noisome pestilence going into the what? The missiles, man. It's saying he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. This is our defense. And thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flieth by day. The missiles. It say, nor from the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor of destruction that wasteth at noonday. It say, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou see, behold, and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Most High, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, all caps, Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High my habitation. Therefore shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plagues come nigh thy dwelling. Yeah, the Lord gonna protect us, man. The Lord gonna protect us from these things, from these plagues, pestilence. And we know the plagues going to the sword, famine, death, destruction, teeth of wild beasts. All these are plagues, man. The Lord getting ready to unleash. The Lord is finna cool people off, man. Cause they a little hot right now, the people in the earth have gotten too big for their goddamn britches, man. The Lord finna, the Lord finna put a belt on them, man. Put the squeeze on these niggas, man. And not just nigga. When I say niggas, I ain't just talking about blood. I'm talking about everybody, man. The whole inhabitants of the earth. The Lord's finna fuck shit up, man. Terrorize the earth. And everybody gonna know that the Lord power of the old Hebrew Israelites is at it again. Why? Because we warning you of these things. You heard it first here by the mouth of the prophets, And I ain't talking about me, I'm talking about the body, of the Lord, But that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, this edifying. I want to end it giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash, though honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule, web, and the great example to young brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom. Kwame Yasha Allah, Shalom.